Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Chakodash, double honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, true well, salutation to the hopeful elect out there, Akim to Zadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the priest Shaman. This week's topic we're going to be getting into is Jacob's trouble. In fact, that's what the apostles coined this year. They coined this year 2024 the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and that's what I'm going to get into. So without further ado, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great." Now, which day is it talking about? It's going into the topic of this lesson right here. A day wherein the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Jacob, Israel, all right, we know this via prophecies, okay, is going to go through a tremendous amount of hell, okay? Our people have been through a lot, man, from slavery to different sieges throughout history, all right? But the rape, murders, cannibalism, it's going to be to an extent that we have not seen before, man. Perilous times, man. Okay, that's what's coming here. Well, it's going to take place in America. And look, man, we're going to be in the midst of that. I'm talking about the hopeful elect, okay? The scripture says that I shall see it from afar off. Because I know that the IUIC teaching that, we're going to be delivered out this via chariots. No, we're going to be in the midst of that. And that's why the scriptures say things like, just the righteous scarcely being saved, which is going also into the deliverance with the chariots first and foremost. But, it's going to be very hard times. That's why I did that last lesson, endure Jacob, because, the Lord is building up our minds and fortifying our faith for these things that's about to happen here in America. Because, so far for many years we've been speaking about it, prophesying about it. But when you actually in the midst of it, that's when your faith shall truly be tested. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Even, brother told me, brought it out that even is old English for which is, even the time of, or which is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And the apostle of Tahar, I think he made a really good point. He's like, we've been in Jacob's trouble. It's like the Mosai, it's like a stove, like you cooking, but sometimes you're turning up the knob, sometimes you're turning it down. You're kind of playing with that heat. And there's going to come a point in time where the Lord is just going to max up the flames. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be, shit, man. It's going to be a hard fucking time, man. This is the book of Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people." Michael is, right under Yahushua on that right hand in terms of order, okay? As one of the 7 holy angels or 7 archangels of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that's going to have to stand up for us, because, shit, man, we're going to need a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when this thing is actually happening, all right? And look, this thing right here is strictly a thing of faith. I can't tell you, look, you have to go to this city, that city, come out this time, that time. We're just going to be moving in the spirit, and praying that the Most High watch over our backs, which he will. This is why we do this, okay? We're doing this that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua may have mercy upon us in that time, okay? Because look, a lot of people out here that have scoffed, hey, this shit that's some bullshit, make jokes, make memes, nah, the Israelites are this and that. When all hell break loose, all that shit they talk is going to come back fresh in their mind. Okay, and they're going to be trying to seek the Lord, the prophets, but we're not going to be around, man. In fact, we're going to be watching out for our own asses at that point. You know what I'm saying? It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." Oh, so I guess that's why Nate thinks we're going to be delivered out of it. No, man, meaning the most, like, beamed up out of it. We're not going to get beamed up out of Jacob's trouble, okay? But, same way the Lord delivered Peter out of prison, different sorts of miracles, all right? Meaning that it means the elect is going to get through it. The elect is going to get through Jacob's trouble to the next stage. And pre-adventure, if somebody of the elect does die during that particular time period, if they die in the truth, they die in Yahushua, guess what? Pursuant to the book of Thessalonians, okay? The dead in Yahushua shall rise first, all right? So, the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to make a way for his prophets, man, all right? As he always does for elect, as his elect. But a lot of these people that, you know, are hoping for that day, that you know, scoff and talk shit, guess what? That's gonna be a bad time for y'all people out there, man. Let me see if I can get this precepts to lock here. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?" All right, that's going into these church people, okay? That's going into these a lot of these Israelites too that, you know, think that calling on the, you know, the wrong name, prophesying lies. The day of the Lord is not going to profit you guys, okay? It says, the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So, Jacob's trouble, World War III. As we approach these times, the end times, all right, it's not going to benefit a lot of fucking people, man. You know, that's why. And look, I'm not saying we're high and mighty and you know, coming great millstone is a valid pass, but I'm just saying there's a lot of so-called Israelites out there in the world, in the churches, and with fringes on, okay, that take this thing for a joke. You know, that think, you know, this is just a thing to do. But this thing that we're in is deadly serious, man. And if you truly believe in these scriptures, you know, you see the time, you can see it. You know, you see the Matthew 24 living and breathing, man. All these different uproars and riots in these different countries. That riot going on over there in Kenya. They stormed the parliament. Like I said, I haven't really done a deep dive into why, you know, that happened. You know, it could be a CIA coup d'etat, I'm not too sure, but you see it in these third world countries that as their cities and economy collapses, all right, people resort to violence. And that's what's coming to America, okay? That's what's coming to America. And in fact, it's somewhat even orchestrated for it to happen, all right? Order ab chaos. So they have different UN troops already conditioned, all right, to shoot and gun down Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans without remorse. Remember, they have to use people that are not so-called Americans, right? Because that way, you know, they don't feel that sentimental attachment. They just do the mission. Okay. I'm gonna quote some scriptures because, you know, if I didn't put them down on my list. I gotta focus on the road real quick. But the book of Hosea 5:15 says, "In their affliction they shall seek me early." Okay, seek who? Seek the Most High via who? The prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It is written in the book of Samuel's. Okay, when one went to inquire of the Lord, they said, "Let us go see the seer." He who was once called a seer is called now a prophet. I believe that's 1 Samuel, the 3rd chapter. Okay, so in that day, like I said, you know, brothers are gonna be praying, trying to work out their own salvations. You know, worrying about brothers, ourselves, our families, or what have you. You know, so ain't gonna be no messaging and leaving no nothing on the comment boards. By that time, it's gonna, you know, all hell done pretty much broke loose. You know, and like I said, them scoffers, them scorners, taking this shit for a joke. That's why the scripture says, "Woe unto them that laugh now." All right, because in their perception, you know, they have us in derision, and GMS is bums, and that Israelite, not just Great Millstone, man. They mock all these a lot of Israelite groups. Okay. Again, when Jacob's troubles takes place, there's not gonna be any laughing and fucking around and bullshit. Okay. They ain't gonna be like, damn, you know, it was cool to take off camp in the winter. you're gonna be wishing you put your utmost into this truth, you know, because again, you know, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and that's, you know, the scriptures as always keeps us stable in our times out here in Babylon, but we're gonna need it even more to the maximum, okay, when Jacob's trouble takes place. You know, a lot of us have never seen a dead body, all right, or seen somebody get their head chopped off right in front of you, and that shit, you see it in the movies, you might have some crazy viral videos, all right, but the more real it is, the kind of hard is the harder it is to stomach, you know. Like if you're watching a movie and you see a bunch of grotesque shit happening on screen, you don't really feel freaked out, because you're like, at the end of the day, you're like, this shit's a movie. But you can see something somewhat more tame, you know, and it just hits harder when you know it's real. So imagine smack dab right in front of you, man. Okay? It's gonna be a numbing, chilling feeling. You know? That's why you gotta say, Lord willing. Because we don't know what the hell we're gonna do in that day. You know, you don't know how you're gonna react. A lot of people be like, you know, oh man, I could watch videos like that where somebody get their head chopped off and shit. But again, seeing it right in front of you, brother, we don't fucking know how we're gonna react. So again, this is how come we just, you know, falling on faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right? And we hoping and praying that time comes very soon, okay? Because at the end of the day, the 2/3 gotta go, all right? 2/3 of the nation of Israel that is mocked and scoffed and talk shit, all right? They're gonna have to get it. Now, let me see if I could get this scripture, man. I hope I could get it. Acting stupid. Right, let me see if I can get to it, and I'll close out with it, Lord willing. Damn, what is this? It's Ezekiel 33 and 33. This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come to pass. What's going to come to pass? Jacob's trouble. You know, all the things that we've been prophesying about through the scriptures. All right? The death, destruction. It says, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. That, again, that's when they're going to say, man, it's not going to be I don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be right in front of your face. All right, with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom, Makim. Shalom.